Have you ever noticed that some people always seem to have everything under control? They look good, they feel good, they're on top of their performance in all aspects of life. These people are constantly focused, accomplish their goals effortlessly, stay in great shape, look fantastic, earn a lot of money, leaving you wondering what the secret is. Well, for many of them, that secret is biohacking, even though I am not the biggest fan of the word biohacking in this entire world. It really is just about using natural shortcuts to enhance the performance of your body and your mind. The top CEOs, the wealthiest individuals, elite athletes, even some leading content creators all use these simple strategies to outshine the average person, even if they're not conscious of it. So in this video, I want to introduce you to the basics of biohacking so you can start using some of these techniques to your own advantage and just compete with the best, for a lack of a better way of putting it. So without further ado, let's dive into the essentials of biohacking. So admittedly, I've been on a big longevity kick. I've been researching a whole lot, reading many books, some reviews to come, and thinking about how we can live longer, but also better at the same time. So with that, I've been exploring biohacking myself. Initially, I wasn't really interested, and I was just trying to navigate life, as it came to me, figuring out what I needed to do as it came. But recently, I've been thinking about how to optimize performance and decided to delve deeply into the field of biohacking. The results have honestly been pretty good. I've been much more focused, have discovered a lot of new strategies that just have me looking better, feeling better, sleeping better, all the betters you want to use here. And now I just want to share some of the basics with you so you can use them to boost your chances of success. So first, what is biohacking? Essentially, it's about creating optimal performance within your body. So even though I hate these words, it's about using simple hacks and cheat codes to ensure your body runs at its best. So how do we fuel this machine that is our body? How do we make sure that it is functioning properly? Many of the things that we learn in modern society are actually detrimental to our performance. And a lot of it, I know it's weird and super conspiracy, it is kind of like a money play. My goal is just to set you a little bit more free by providing the edge that makes success easier. So the top echelons of society are already using a lot of these techniques. These are the methods that the general public, influenced by big corporations, would honestly never really consider. And I know that is super conspiracy theory. I promise I'm not there to do that. I'm here to help you achieve optimal performance and break free from these constraints. So the first one is water. I need you to rethink your consumption of tap water. I used to be so skeptical about this. I was honestly a big diehard tap water drinker, but then I looked actually at some of the reports of our own tap water. And many of the safety values and regulations haven't been updated for literally like 20 years. Unfortunately, tap water is contaminated with fluoride, there's even microplastics, and of course, various toxins that in different doses can cause cancer even. It flows through old, unclean pipes, potentially introducing rust and heavy metals into the water. And since our water makes up 70% of our bodies, I think consuming low quality water can be a player in health factors and status. So despite some generally common advice to drink tap water, not worry about it, I think it can harm you. And even bottled water can be worse. A lot of it is just tap water. So for analysis of the toxins and chemicals in your tap water, you can check out your own zip code if you're in the US, ewg.org/tapwater. My zip code has 11 contaminants that exceed safe levels. My wife's hometown zip code has a dangerous levels of microplastics. Everyone I know who is wealthy or elite in some way, they typically use water filters or they drink high quality bottled water. Truthfully, all of them. They just avoid unfiltered tap water. And it's weird, but it is. So how can you ensure that you have high quality water without breaking the bank? So for brands, Evian and Aquapana seem to be pretty decent. Evian's available pretty much everywhere. It's a premium natural spring water. Its plastic bottles are a little bit higher quality, hopefully leaching few microplastics. Glass bottles will be even better, avoiding any plastic leaching. But for those concerned about waste, you can definitely get a reverse osmosis water filtration system, which can be anywhere from a few $100 to several $1,000s. As for other water filters, a good budget friendly that I use is a zero water filter. But if you are a full biohacker, you can definitely check out a Berkey water filter, which is like $400, or find one of those reverse osmosis filters that you can literally attach under your sink to get filtered water. I think investing in a high quality water is really one of the best health decisions you can make. Next up is food. Unfortunately, most of the things that we see advertised in the grocery store are not healthy or nourishing our bodies. That is a sad truth. To be honest, honestly, the perimeter of the grocery store is the only part that has relatively decent quality food. So the things that are advertised on TV or pushed by some big corporation are ruining people's health. They're all for like low cost, but maximum profit. We see rising rates of obesity, chronic diseases, and I truly believe a lot of this is as a result of the ultra processed foods that we're eating, purely for cost, taste, and convenience. And processing really is like a spectrum. Generally ultra processed is the food you cannot possibly make at home, has added flavors to really hit those taste buds. And there oddly is enough of that infiltrating society today. There's a big correlation between processed food consumption and obesity, heart disease, metabolic dysfunction. So generally as a rule of thumb, to protect yourself, just think about single ingredient quality food. Basically just real food. You may be wondering about seed oils or soy, In my opinion, these things are kind of blown out of proportion. However, they are still commonly found in highly processed foods, so it's likely you'll be avoiding them anyway by just eating a diet like this. I think you should also consider microplastics, which can be endocrine disruptors. So microplastics are usually found in anything packaged in a container, in processed foods that come in plastic, McDonald's, Burger King, KFC, all the places that we love and enjoy. These foods are made for profit and convenience. They're not made for health, and they're literally designed to be addictive. Made in the lab to hit those taste buds properly. The amount of research behind these is seriously immense. And honestly, eating these foods can leave you feeling pretty terrible too. Your taste buds feel good, but your body, not so great. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't have the occasional fast food, and by no means is it a standard part of my diet, and neither should it be in yours. I think it's just key to train your mind to see these stereotypically bad foods not as treats, but like as harmful substances destroying your body. Shift your mind to food for fuel instead of food for enjoyment. But of course, enjoy your food. This doesn't have to be like all black and white. Just think of it a little bit more that way. And also be aware of non-stick pans, which even the FDA has acknowledged as toxic, especially if they are scratched, leaching more stuff into it. Instead, generally use cast iron, stainless steel, carbon steel, stuff like that. So to improve your health, change your water, be mindful of your food choices, switch to safer cookware. But when it comes to the specific foods, like I said, just opt for natural and whole foods. Avoid those with, additives and chemicals and things like that. Not to say chemicals are bad, just generally whole and processed foods don't have those. So you may be asking, all right, Christian, what should I eat? Let me break it down. Now on to the diet basics. I think basing your foods around unprocessed meat like beef, chicken, turkey, fish like salmon are generally your best bet. Eggs are highly nutritious. Don't ditch the yolk though. Most of the nutrients are in that. Fruits and vegetables are pretty highly nutritious. And of course, as you know, will provide plenty of the essential vitamins, minerals, fiber, all things that are key for healthy digestion and longevity. Greek yogurt, the yogurt of my people, is definitely top tier for prebiotic bacteria, for a healthy gut microbiome. For fat sources, think avocados, nuts, and olive oil are key. I cannot recommend a high quality olive oil enough. The polyphenols and other antioxidants in olive oil are honestly one of the biggest reasons why the Mediterranean diet is touted as one of the healthiest ways of eating. Get your olive oil in. It is so good. For easily digestible carbohydrates, white rice, potatoes, sweet potatoes form the basis of a pretty great diet. And of course, follow like a 90-10, 80-20 rule, eating healthy for most of your diet, but allow yourself like 10 to 20% flexibility just to enjoy all the things that life has to offer. Next, we have sleep optimization. So as we know, sleep is crucial for success. Achieving your goals, completing your tasks often comes down to mastering the basics, which of course sleep, food, water, and exercise we can throw in there too. Consistently focusing on these without any distractions like alcohol will elevate your energy levels, improve overall performance. And as you know, sleep is absolutely essential. I'm sure you've watched so many videos on this. Aim to stop eating, 3 to 4 hours before bed. Avoid using technology close to bedtime. Instead, take some time to chill, read a book, unwind. It's gonna be good for you. Create a dark, calm, and cool environment to help you fall asleep. In the morning, get sunlight as soon as possible, just to kind of set your circadian rhythm in check, ensuring you wake up and go to bed, at pretty similar times every single day. I think really here, it's just key to be consistent. It's gonna support your hormone function and mood, and of course, mood helps with your success. I think also it's key to avoid using your phone in the morning just to prevent it disrupting your system with an instant dopamine hit. I always have a better day when I'm not on my phone in the morning. Try it out. Sleep in a cool, completely dark room. Turn off your phone at night, or just put it away from you so you don't touch it. Supplements that can help with this are magnesium glycinate. Ashwagandha is another great one. These are proven to help with relaxation, muscle recovery, and of course, stress management as well. So for mood enhancement and muscle recovery, especially if you're training very hard, feeling sore, or if you just want to improve your mood and recover from your workouts a little bit more quickly and easily, here's what I recommend. First is a sauna. So I've been incorporating the sauna in my day-to-day as of late. I'm lucky to go to a gym with a pretty cool sauna, and I also got an at-home sauna from SaunaBox that I use in my garage just for the convenience of my own home. There are plenty of benefits to a sauna, like the possibility of increased growth hormone levels, although I wouldn't worry about that one too much, not gonna be an insane amount. Of course, something that is legit is increased relaxation, improved blood flow. Saunas seem to work wonders for me and others, particularly those in Scandinavian cultures where it's literally just a part of their lifestyle. So currently I aim for like a few 15 to 25 minute sauna sessions per week. And beyond that, saunas could be a pretty good way to make friendships and connections in your gym. Make a lot of friends in the sauna. Underrated, honestly. If you're looking for another mood boost, you're struggling with low energy depression, an ice bath could be pretty effective as well. This is gonna give you a pretty big surge in dopamine that happens after a cold plunge or ice bath, leading to a pretty big boost in motivation and just energy for later in the day. and this kind of doesn't really taper off, so you don't really feel like a crash like any other things that spike your dopamine. An ice bath could work similarly to icing your muscles, which is part of reducing inflammation in the body, especially from an intense training session. But make sure to keep your ice baths before your workouts, not directly after, as it can reduce your body's response to training, reduce the inflammatory response, which is helpful just for building muscle. So ice baths kind of highlight my life philosophy. Choose to do hard things and life will be easy, but choose to do easy things in comfort and life will be hard. 10 minutes a week or 2 or 3 minutes at a time for an ice bath seems to be pretty good. And then the other thing is just to get outside. Nature is amazing. Since moving to Colorado, I've had a pretty massive mental shift from just being in nature as opposed to the loud hustle and bustle and constant sirens of a big city like Chicago. Sunlight's gonna be key for vitamin D production, which will help with mood, testosterone. Honestly, being outside is meditative on its own and just allows you to slow down, chill a little bit, touch grass, literally. I do think a big reason why society is depressed and anxious more than ever before is because we don't spend time outside as much as we used to. There are literally no kids playing outside anymore. It is bizarre. Everyone's just glued to a screen. So to increase brain power, concentration, and focus, I think you should consider intermittent fasting. Breakfast, it was propaganda from Kellogg's, back in like the 60s or something, to increase sales of their breakfast foods. You do not need to eat around the clock. Many of the high functioning men I speak to are skipping breakfast. Humans weren't designed to eat this way. We were evolved to hunt and gather, spending periods without food, which kept our brains sharp and alert. I always find myself more productive when I am fasting, especially in the morning. When you eat all day, it kind of dulls your brain's primal instincts. It makes it harder to focus and work efficiently. Trust me, this works. Most days I fast from around 7 p.m. to 1 or 2 p.m. So it's like an 18 or 19 hour fast, consuming most of my calories between 12 and 7 or so. This approach allows for pretty excellent focus the next day because I stop eating 3 hours before bed, ensuring better sleep. There's circadian rhythm approach, that I've mentioned in other videos as well. After fasting, as I mentioned, you experience mental clarity, better appetite control. You get to have bigger meals just because you're eating fewer calories in a smaller window, lower risk of type 2 diabetes, improved heart health, better brain function, reduced risk of cancer. What's not to like? Constant eating, especially sugar, is gonna feed those cancer cells. So we're looking for optimization here. So start incorporating fasting in your life by taking, anywhere from 16 to 24 hours off from food, or a couple times a week rather. The grand scheme of things, even a 72-hour fast a few times a year can be helpful as well. During fasting, make sure you're drinking plenty of water, make sure to consume electrolytes, and at the same time though, fasting does not work for everyone. Some people, usually women, just speaking anecdotally from my experience, function better when eating in the morning. So experiment, find out what works for you. I'm not the same as you. You're not the same as a friend or a family member. So test things out. One supplement that does help with cognitive performance though is creatine, which has benefits for memory, reasoning, of course gains in the gym too. Omega-3 fatty acids like EPA and DHA will be essential for brain health as well. So by incorporating a lot of these biohacking basics into your life, I think you'll experience a significant improvement into your overall quality of life and hopefully success as well. Let me know if you found any of these helpful and which ones you plan on applying to your own life. And let me know if you want some other ones diving more into the deep stuff on biohacking. I know this was just kind of like a primer on the basics. Otherwise, appreciate you watching and I'll catch you in the next video.